Well, welcome, one and all, to Bike Racing Without Mercy, and another technical masterpiece first thing this morning. I could not get Zwift to work. Literally, couldn't get it to work. However, luckily, I work for one of the innovation banks of the UK. Therefore, I know exactly what to do in this kind of situation. My technical ability knows literally no bounds. I turned the computer off, powered it right down, turned it back on, and literally, whammo, here we are, up and live, only just, but with literally no warm-up. So you're going to have to see a little bit of my warm-up, the kind of thing that I do before the crit races. Very good morning, Paul. If you're on call, I hope it's a civilised day today, not too busy for you. If you're at home with a family, enjoy and maybe even get a ride in. And Top Cat, how are you? Very good morning to you, sir. Ollie, how are you? The pinnacle. Yes, the pinnacle of IT skills. My glasses were a bit blurred there, so I had to look right in to see exactly what you said. Yeah, literally, I am the technical genius. Rob, very good morning to you. The legs, well, they're okay. I did a Masters crit race yesterday. It wasn't quite as nasty as the Cat 2-3s. You're not on call to Wednesday. Oh, right, okay. So it's like almost a long weekend. Well, enjoy, sir. Enjoy, stay strong. You're a man of positive energy. Are you getting the early start preparing dinner? Flipping hell. Hey, Christopher, very good morning to you. Thank you very much. I always need a little bit of good luck. So, in terms of the warm-ups, you're not allowed to go onto the circuit until the race starts. So what I do is I go out the back and there's this little shallow hill. And this is pretty much what I do. Very good morning to you, Ian. Thank you very much for joining. Much easier start, is it, than last week? So here we go, look. Here's what I do. For 20 seconds, probably about 6 or 7 hill repeats. But I start with an out of the saddle one. About 20 seconds. And then I freewheel back down the hill. Very good morning, Greg. You did it last night. Yeah, I did a sort of a zone 2 LT1 on it the other day. It seemed okay. Yeah, easy for TC, fresh up for everybody else. Definitely. Yeah, work is a bit more civilised, thank you, Ollie. I appreciate you asking. This will be one of my bigger weeks. I reckon it'll be about, including a couple of hours of gym training, about 9 hours in total for the week. After this. Found. Hope you're good, sir. Good to see you. Hey, Greg. So I already said, hey, Greg, because you did the route last night. My apologies. I'm away with the fairies after all the technical difficulties. Right, how long until the race starts? Aha! Chris Bayliss, how's it going? Right, then I do an in the saddle. Right, here we go. George Roper's cardigan. Well, there's more than 3 stripes. Upper tempo yesterday for TC. That's about 370 watt. No, currently only about 320. Very good morning, Nick. I hope you're well. Good to see you. And actually, I need to say full disclosure, I forgot. TC, top cat, the boy, the one and only, the legend, not in his own mind, in everybody else's mind, he is the legend. Flipping hell. I dropped him on the final climb last week. However, there's a big however, I didn't really drop him. Once again, last week I had all kinds of technical difficulty and I was using the kicker bike as the power source rather than my Favero Aciomas. Now the kicker bike, across most of the power curve, reads somewhere between 4 to 7 watts higher. And it goes, obviously a bigger disparity the higher up the power curve you get. So, definitely, would I have even stayed in that front group as long, TBA? Would I have dropped Top Cat? No. Because 5 to 7 watts doesn't sound like a lot, but how long we got to the start? 1 second. Yeah. So 5 to 7 watts. I don't know why I'm shouting. I noticed when I had a quick look at the playback last week that I'm shouting a lot. So my apologies. Very good morning, Liam. I hope you're well. Good to see you. What are you saying about the Bianchi? I'll come back to it in a second, 7 watts. Sorry, something's just gone over the bottom of... Are you waiting for a new frame? Oh my word, your Bianchi. Oh, your beautiful Bianchi. But at least they're replacing it for you. That's good. Yeah, so 5 to 7 watts does not sound like, massive difference. I mean, it's just 5 to 7 watts. Well within the tolerances of Zwift, right? But, as you all know, my golden source of power is my Favero Aciomas. And I reckon, whether it's DC Rainmaker or people that know what they're talking about, they say the Faveros are very accurate. So that's my golden source. But also 5 watts to 7 watts, when you're in and around your threshold, your anaerobic threshold, your FTP, makes a huge difference. Because whilst you're still below your FTP, the body can still just about clear the lactate, at least, 30, 40, 50 minutes, right? But the moment you go, a few watts above that FTP, the body is struggling to buffer the lactate. It's going to gradually build and build and build until you can no longer cope with it. But also, you're starting to use your anaerobic energy source as well as your aerobic energy source, either glycogen in the muscles. So, you have a limited amount of time that you can stay above your FTP before you have to drop below it quite substantially to allow all the energy systems to recover. So it does make a difference. So I did not drop TC. As I say, my delusion knows literally no bounds, but not dropping TC is part of that. Anyway. Hey Nick Bramble, sub 4 hour, I think it was 3 hour 42, Uber pretzel solo. Insane. 265 watts, and you weigh a lot less than 70 kilograms, about 67, 68. Very impressive. Very good morning, Philip. You're going to ride along on this one. Nice one. Yep. Survive on the tired legs. That is, after all, the objective of nearly all of us. And I'm shouting again. Stop me when I'm shouting. I get excited on the live streams. 3:49. It's still 11 minutes under. It's proper impressive. I mean, the thing about the Uber, and you didn't go, it's not as though you kind of held off at all for the Alp. And you'd have had to gone hard on the flat. I mean, it's just horrid. So yeah, very nice work. You definitely need to do the equivalent of I forgot to say. The equivalent of the Uber pretzel, or a Zwift Gran Fondo, is the UCI Tre Valley Gran Fondo Veracine. And please check out my video. Please check it out. It was doing really, really well, and then suddenly it's just tanked. It is actually a really good video. So please, 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 give my best ride ever, probably. Well, one of them anyway, certainly. It's got power data and all that kind of stuff. Give it a watch, because, I don't know, it is one of the best events that you can do. I promise you'll want to do it. But definitely, Nick, you would do well on that, as would you, TC. And actually, anyone that enjoys a good Zwift race, it is as close as you get to Zwift IRL. John, thank you very much, John. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Nick. Super kind of you. And Christopher, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Right. Just going to dip down a second to turn on the fans. Let's not forget the turning on of the fans, shall we? Because that has happened in the past. Here we go. Whoops, daisy. Oh, come on, clipping. Once again, you can see my clipping skills. They're beautiful. I had a bit of a nightmare clipping yesterday, as it happens. I kept looking down, kept trying to find it. Little burst of power, waste of energy straight off the line to get back in. Yep. Jane, and she's actually out today, so there is no Jane to the rescue. No Jane to the rescue. She's just got back from Hong Kong as well. She is proper tired. She's out there with work. Andreas, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate that. You're riding as well. Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. Along with Philip. Let's see if we can stay towards the front bunch. There's quite a lot in the pen, 490 odd. Almost time to encourage the afterburners true. And do let me know if for whatever reason the video stops. I do know how to fix it now. I have got an emergency Coke in the offing if needed. Fast break, Olga. Cheers. Good morning to you. How you well? Ooh. So I think there's a climb from memory yesterday. You've taken your caffeine hot. So you're coming in hot and fast, Philip. Hot and fast. That's the way to go. Hot caffeine for the power gains. Hit it hard. Good. It's snowing, is it? It's snowing, on my word. Dominican, good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, it's frozen again. Flipping out. Come on, Philip. Video capture. Deactivate. Activate. Come on. Oh, why is it not working now? Discard. Come on, Philip. Video capture. Oh, it's not working. Fuck. Oh. Right, now let me try. Why is it not working? There we go. No. Come on. Here we go. That was emotional. Right. Enjoy your apples, Dominican. Thank you. I think I'm up and running now, yeah? You're way too dangerous to go outside, Olga. Oh, I did come off with it. Oh, God. So I'm mucking around with the windows on my screen. Oh, come off with it. Oh, I made the front group. Yeah, a lot more civilised than last week, that's for sure. So just let me settle a second. Get the breathing back under control. G-Dow, very good morning to you. Hope you're well. Andreas, Philip, hope you made the group you wanted to. Hope the apples are sweet and delicious. Yeah, a lot more civilised than last week. Let's bring the cadence up a bit. Nice one, Philip. We got a good run of flat, just to ease in. It's about 14 kilometres. There's a climb, a small one. I think the viaduct. Just trying to relax the shoulders, the elbows, the face. Nice circular pedaling stroke. What I'm aiming for. Knees out, over the toes. My knees do have a tendency to come in. Yeah, for the 60 kg. Not easy. I was 65 this morning. It's bad enough for me, but at 60, that's going to be emotional. I was actually 64.8 this morning, but let's not split hairs. Oh, speed's building. Yeah, I did enough, Darren. On the Friday, on the Wattbike Pro, I did a zone 2 on this as well at exactly the same time. Yeah, the fairies will be coming on the climbs, Nick. They will be present. Omnipresent, but they'll make their presence known. on the climbs. Yeehaw! Good to see you. You're always so kind, sir. Thank you. Just snowing up with you. Yep, I've joined the Gran Fondo Strada Bianchi with Andiamo Cycling. I guard a bike hotel. It'll be my first event of the year, other than the crits. Looking forward to it. Hey Lee, good morning sir. I've seen lots of big power graphs from you. Nice work. Greg, hey, you're well. Burrito Titan Extreme. Supreme, sorry. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll make a video, but a different kind. I want to go full gas on it. Safely full gas, because it's very dangerous at the start. It's after all an Italian race. So I'm just going to do a front camera. Yeah, you guys did well on those ladder races. Ladder races is where one team takes on another team by invite in a league. And the Titans, boy oh boy, did well. I saw one in the week on the Glasgow crit course. People were turning themselves inside out, like Nick Bramble, 500 to 800 watts on nearly all of the climbs, little climbs. Hard to recover from. Ha ha! Win it like Peacock. Yeah, similar. Versus Pidcock, the power profile, the speed, you won't be able to detect the difference with the naked eye. Yeah, deep, Greg. It's like a hunt for Red October. You had an amazing race, Nick. And Nick got well pissed off right at the end when a few of us said, go, 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 as he was losing the wheel at the very end, only at the very, very end. And he goes, I did think of that. Yeah, I'm going to look even better than Pidcock. In my dreams. My deluded dreams. Because I still see myself as an A. A cat A, even though Swift has me as a B. My power is a self-delusion. As I've said many times. No, literally, no bounds. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier, Greg. Huge effort. Oh, I forgot to stop. Let's get that cadence up. Cheers, Nick. Yeah, trying to stay composed. It gets hard in about 6 kilometres. The fairies, as I say, will be amongst us. Oh, crying out loud. All kinds of... Do not activate, no. Some kind of security update was asking to activate. Oh, Freddie Ovett is in this race. Ha! If he's live streaming it, you'll be able to see what the sharp end looks like in a bit. Paul, are you in this? I just said a P. Morris. I don't think it is you. I think the flag is incorrect. Loads of little surges, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Ian. I did a Masters, as it happens, crit race yesterday. Did Cat 2-3 last week, Cat 2-3 next week. It was alright. I stayed in the front bunch, but it was only about 17 of us. But the whole way round, I even had an attack at the end. But didn't manage to get away. They were on my tail, so I backed off. And then I went again and got annihilated, and I mean annihilated, in the sprint. Oh, sorry, Paul. I thought it was you though. Well, I know. I knew the flag was incorrect. But I'm really enjoying the crit racing. It's just something I'm doing for myself. I might even try a road race in early March. Yeah, it wasn't just the heavy boys that went on by though, Philip. It was people not dissimilar size to me, but just more power and talent. But I did some good power for me. Especially, it's quite surgy at times. And I brought back breakaways myself on a few occasions. About 3. And a couple of those when I'd been on the front. So you had to respond having had no draft benefit. That's hard. $40 years old for one group, 50 for the other. You all race together. It's brilliantly. I'd highly recommend it. I did a lot of it before the pandemic. Got from Cat 4 to 3. That wasn't brilliant at all. Not at all. But I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, that is a good weight for a crit racer. Very athletic, muscular, powerful, and more than able to respond on all the short climbs, to punch over them. But I love doing it because it's really honing my skills riding in the group. At the Gran Fondo Tre Valle Racing, that's the first time since the accident that I try to hang in different groups of cyclists. And I was moving up through the groups, and I really, really enjoyed it. I said to myself, get crit racing so you can get proficient at it. I massively need to improve my speed downhill. Reasonably fluid, but speed ain't good. IBAN Cycles the Earth. Good to see you, thank you, sir. I appreciate you saying that. We'll see in a second how fit I am. Morning, Paul. I hope you're well, sir, thank you. Is it snowing up in Yorkshire? Sorry, I'm just struggling at the moment. Is this a com? That's hard. Trying to bring the breathing, the heart rate and the rhythm back into equilibrium. Gravel for you and proper cold. Hardcore. I thought it was proper cold in London yesterday. 5-6 degrees. Nothing on the rest of the country. Glasses are steaming up. Turn your mind in face. 38 degrees, that is proper cold for Aussie, isn't it? Have you enjoyed the tour down under, Ivan? Durian Rider has produced some amazing content on that. Really enjoyed it. Loads riding out in the groups with the pros, looking at the bikes. I know he's a controversial character, but I like his work. I've massively enjoyed this series on Tour Down Under. It's been amazing, hasn't it? Well, what I've seen on Durian's channel, it's been amazing. And also the Chris Miller cycling show, the Nero with Jesse. They did a really good one on the bikes and a vital statistics corner. That's how I'm getting through my zone 2. Watching all the Chris Miller podcasts, the Nero Show podcasts. Loving them. If it wasn't for that, I don't think I'd get through to zone 2. B to the B. Good morning. Quite a big pace, this. Of course, it's going to be hard for me to sustain up the Ventoux climb. Just going to get the saddle. Just to give the quads a rest. Yeah, it's evening now in Aussie, Olga. Oh, I used it wrong. Oh, I got it just at the right time. How's that for my power-up skills? Give me some kudos. Agnes, good morning. How are you? Fighting the battle on the final chemotherapy. Agnes. Gone hot. Very best of all that is lucky and British, Agnes. Speaking of Australia, Jeremy, good to see you. You in this as well, sir? Nice one. Just give it your best. That's what I'll be doing when I'm getting dropped. Going to really try and calm the heart rate ahead of the climb. It's a long one. I was just saying earlier, on the Durian Rider channel, I've been loving his coverage of it. I'm not seeing the actual racing now. It's not on in the UK. Well, not that I've seen. But I've been working late, so I haven't really had time to watch TV. I get a Durian Rider in every so often at work, or in a break, this kind of thing, or on a turbo. Yeah, Lyle, agreed. I've watched him for a long time. Controversial though he is, I've always enjoyed his work. He reached out to me after my accident, very nicely, but also to confirm it was disc brakes that caused me to go over the handlebars, which it was. Durian knew it was. You guys thought so? Yeah, climb coming up in 2 kilometres. It's going to be a hard one. Right, I'm going to really not talk for a minute. Yeah, they're pushing the pace into the climb, but the buggers. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll come. The only frame, I think, or one of the few offering the rim option still. Morning, John. Good to see you. Right, really, I'm going to stop talking now. He's air streaming, is he? Nice one. Hey, David. Good morning to you. Yeah, he's very controversial, Christopher. I agree. Marmite. Morning, Michael. Great run yesterday. Very fast. That was low heart rate, that speed. Wow. 100%. Scotty, good morning to you. So I run out of gears in Zwift, similar to when I run out of them in real life. Confident. Time is incoming. Morning, Pete. Cheers, mate. Good to see you. Thank you. I'm going to need it. About 4 times a week. Fast break. 3 this week. Hit myself. Yeah, agreed. That was hard. Yeah, the coffee break is a bit of a spoiler there. Too much for me to sit at the front, Philip. Proper hard. What's the average power there? 243. Nice one, Andreas. Very well done, sir. Proper impressive on that. Less than 20 in the front group after you deduct the coffee breaks. All right, time to get the rhythm back. Let's get the cadence up. Cheers, Paul. That is far too generous of you, sir. I appreciate it. Tom Dumoulin. Is that the real Tom Dumoulin? Sorry for the lack of talking. This is proper art. I can gradually feel the energy systems replenishing. I'm just riding at or around my lactate threshold 1, the point at which lactate is stable at 1 millimole above your resting level. So say I'm resting at 1.5 millimoles, it'll be no higher than 2.5. Once you go above your lactate threshold 1, which tends to be, well, if correctly set, should be the inflection point between zone 2 and 3. Once you start going above that lactate threshold 1, i.e. into zone 3, the lactate starts building, albeit the body can still buffer it and clear it, no problem. Only when you get above your anaerobic threshold, the second turning point in the lactate, is the body unable to buffer it. And it starts building, as I talked about earlier. Plus the body is using glycogen from the muscles, the anaerobic energy sources, to produce the power, as well as the aerobic. Good dog walk, Dominican. You missed quite a lot of suffering on the second climb. The fairies were with us. Stop crying and hold the wheel. I often find just getting out of the saddle for a little bit helps. Heart rate comes up a little, but using different muscles. Three hours of zone 2. Oh dear, I don't envy you that, Dominican. Get the podcast going. Chris Milanero show. What have I done here? Stupid boy. Yeah, torture, physically and mentally. It's the boredom of the torture. It's the kind of, it's not that you can't do it, it's just, yeah, it's just tedium. Oh, sweating today. Let's see what the average power is. That's a good average power for me. Okay, Philip, you guys, you're the carrot, sir. Yeah, we have taken a couple of seconds off you. I think you were at 20 before. Trying to get aero. Cadence is dropping too low. This is quite attritional, this. I have it under control, but I can feel the fatigue building. I had an idea for the turbo trainer, for watching the turbo trainer rise. I've got a lot of footage for the Gran Fondo Baresi event. Beautiful footage, loads of overtaking cyclists. It's very nice. Should I put a long form version of it onto YouTube just to watch on the turbo? What do people think? Hey Philip, we're back amongst you. I've got a lot of footage from the Tre Valley Baresi Gran Fondo, loads of overtaking, loads of bikes, very beautiful. A lot more than I put onto the video. Should I put a long form version onto YouTube to watch on a trainer? Good to be with you, Philip. Oh, cheers, Dominican. I don't think anyone else agrees there. No, I'll probably do it anyway. But thank you, Dominican. I appreciate that. Oh, it's hard. Oh yeah, I'm hoping we slow as well, Philip. Cheers, Scotty. Appreciate that. Thank you. I was stealing the watts, Philip. I wasn't pushing. I was hanging in there. DS! How are you? Good to see you. To you too, sir. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Yeah. Build them into fortitude, Philip. I appreciate that, Duncan. Got glasses are steaming up. Will do, Philip. Cheers, Christopher. I will do. I'll get onto it. Saving my feather for the final climb. Very good, Scotty. Come Hunt TV has got his full PR out of town next weekend. I think 10:30 Sunday. Sorry, Scott the Zwifter. Also Come Hunt TV. Go and check him out Sunday. He's looking for 5 hours or less. I know, found. I haven't found a source of the creek yet. I need to get a WD-40. Some people commented last week on the same. How are you, sir? When I think it's the cranks, is when I'm out of the saddle. Typically on the incline. I think it's to do with the bike going up and down. Oh, you spoke to Sid, sorry, yeah. You spoke literally as I got out of the saddle. I liked your post on Insta today. Found. Cowardice is indeed ignoring the facts to make your arguments. Donald Trump, Boris Johnson, Benjamin Netanyahu, eat your heart out. Too many was. Never has that been the case for me. Very good for him. All right, see what the average power is now on the hour. Yep, that's a lot. Haha, Matt, yeah. Insulted. Very true. When did this coffee break thing come in? I've only seen it since I really started doing the events again. Sort of January. Or December, January, late December. Yeah, it's a group ride, Tour de Zwift, but it's a race still. Everyone on this group ride is in a personal race. Me, fighting off middle age, mental breakdown, midlife crises. Just to tell myself, you still got it, Philip. You're 49.5 and you still got it. You're just as young as you were back in 2007. As Rui would say, from Norway, fighting my demons. From Finland, sorry. Fighting my demons. Since August, it's a strange thing to do. I kind of get it on a bit, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I guess, it's only a game at the end of the day. It is only a game. Well, I did a crit race yesterday, crit race next weekend, and then the one after. But, big event-wise, Gran Fondo Strade Bianchi with Andiamo Cycling, Garda Bike Hotel. Proper excited. And I want to go at it full gas. I'm going to storm that gravel like it's D-Day. In my own mind. Of course, I don't want to get dropped. Sorry, knocked off the bike. I will get dropped. It is an Italian race. Therefore, to start, I know it's exactly like a Zwift race, only more aggressive. 12 abreast as we exit Siena. I reckon it is as well. It is definitely a bucket list event. And it's amazing to watch the pros come in and out of Siena on a Saturday. I mean, I adore Italy. All things Italian. Taking Jane as well, so we can enjoy Siena. I'm now going to use a hire bike, the Pinaretto Gravel with fat and gnarly tyres. I think 40, 50 millimetres, I can't remember exactly what they are. The puncture is the biggest risk, or one of them, reliability-wise, in that event. But Andiamo Cycling, Garda Bike Hotel, they offer the hire option. So yeah, definitely not taking the video or the Carnago. Morning, James. How are you today, sir? You've joined at an opportune time. In about 8 kilometres, misery is about to rain down. Riding here in Philip's group. Philip Graham's group, that is, not me. I'm going to try and hang with him on the climb. You can see I've been in and around, see all the blue and green? In and around the LT1 for quite some time here. And you can see how the heart rates come down. I'm able to talk. And that's all the energy systems replenishing because it dropped to in and around that lactate 1 point where physiologically the body can replenish. Lactate is buffered and cleared. Glycogen can go back into the muscles. This week, I reckon about 6.5, 7 hours on the bike, a couple of hours in the gym. But that's a big week for me. I'm going to try and up the volume a bit further though. Zone 2. Because aerobically I'm feeling a lot better for putting a bit more volume in. So I put a little bit more low intensity volume in. I do either 1 or 2 interval sessions, just 1 this week, tempo with VO2 max surges. Crit race yesterday, a lot of time, zone 6 and 7 and 5, about 19 minutes, 21 minutes the week before. And then today, 2 rest days, Monday, Tuesday, zone 2, Thursday, Friday, crit race Saturday. I'll do some kind of interval training on a Wednesday, Zone 2, Thursday, Friday, crit race Saturday. I may take next Sunday off. Just going to see how I'm feeling. Yeah, you're not hanging really for it. I know that, sir. You're strong. Deadlift, conventional deadlift. Toy vidas. Conventional deadlift, low incline bench press, chin up, single leg deadlift, and a plank for my core. I've got a plank to 5 minutes, and I am shaking. I mean shaking at the end. I'll say it again. Shaking the final 2 minutes. The whole body is quivering. Yeah, I built it up from 1.5 minutes to 5 minutes over the last month and a half. Olga. Really focusing on the deep breathing, because it gets you nice in that aero position as well. Deep breathing, tensing the abs, pulling the abs in. I don't train the legs to failure. I'm typically doing single leg work, up to 10 reps, but 2-3 sets, tops. That isn't too taxing. And deadlift, strength only, up to 5 reps tops. And I do my hard interval training immediately afterwards to allow for the recovery. So I'll do my gym session, 40 minutes, then the interval session. Fires up the nervous system. It doesn't seem to detract from the fitness because I'm not going to failure. If you're doing lots of high volume squats, you're going to get a lot of DOMs, certainly for the first couple of weeks of doing it. Yeah, definitely amazing mind-muscle connection on a single leg work. Helps remove the imbalances. Get that 50-50 left-right balance. No, just do front plank, not side. Yeah, many hours, I agree. James, it is unbelievable. The grit and determination and strength to pull that off. I think it's like 1,000 minutes or something stupid. Insane. Good question, found. 9 hours to 8 minutes, flipping out. No, they were asleep at the wheel for the inflation, that's for sure. But they haven't cut early, and indeed our inflation has picked back up. Less confidence in the Conservative government. They're going to cut taxes again while inflation is rising. And they're not going to do it to help the poorest in society. They're going to do it to target their voter base. I know, it's really cynical. Too much inequality. I don't know about the ECB. I expect so because their economy, German economy in particular, and France, has been poor, and the inflation is lower. But remember, I'm a banker. I know nothing about markets. Yeah, the energy is offsetting for sure. There's a lot of people feeling the pinch at the moment. So I can see why there are arguments to cut rates. But you do want to see inflation trending down again. God, dear. Don't know about you, Philip, but this is indeed hard work. Plenty of time for the cartel to jack back up the oil prices. James, I think it is found, but I promise you, it was proper emotional at the beginning. When does a climb start? Anyone know? Is this it? No. This might be, actually. No, it's not. I think all hell is about to break loose. Pow. What's your heart rate, Phil? Three, 4 kilometers. Appreciate that. I love it, found. When's it going to start? Philip and I have appreciated this slight lulling in hostilities. Similar to me then. This is very much like what it was to ride the flats in the Haute Route and Grand Fondo, Trevelli Racing. What's the Marmot? Any advice? Go hard on the climbs. Top zone 2, low zone 3 on a flat. How are you, Carlo? Good to see you. Die! Does not mean perish. As people have pointed out, including Carlo, it actually means come on. It's D-A-I, not D-I-E. I misled people in my video. Yeah, so my advice, Carlo, die! Yes, Italian. I don't think top 10 I think maybe took 25 or so. Come on, deep breathing, Philip. Here we go. Are we on the climb? No, here it comes. Here we go. Ramming speed. Hey Justin, thank you for that. Is the best I can do. Here we go, sorry, my apologies. Ramming speed now. Hey Scott. Yeah, come on, Scott. Die. Come on, Philip. Die. Nice one, Philip. Let's see if it. Oh, Philip, where did he come, sir? Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. Are you live, Chris? Are you live streaming? Oh, man. Thank you for that. And please do watch the Trey Valley Grand Fondo Veracity UCI event uploaded last week. Did really well out of the gates and then it's tanked. I'd really appreciate it. Some of my best work, definitely some of my best riding. Good fun video. All kinds of overtaking. I'll make a long form version of it for the turbo training. I'll do that shortly. It will be very raw. I'm not going to do a voiceover on it or anything like that. But watch it if you want and you'll see why it's such a beautiful event over and above the video. It's incredible. Thank you, Lee. Yeah. My heart rate is lower than it was for the same sort of efforts. It would have been up in 180s before. I got to 180 yesterday in the crits. Oh, the crits, not crits. But no, thank you. I really appreciate the support. And Philip, I'm pretty sure you beat me on the line there. Well, more than on the line. But it was good riding with you. Oh, dear me. Yeah, I'm happy with the sprint. You know, on the back of a hard climb. And then pretty much, as you can see there from the yellow, a lot of threshold on the way in. Sorry, I'm shouting. Why am I shouting? Stop shouting, Philip. Do stop shouting. Now, the Zwifter, Com Shorts, Com Hunt TV, he has got his full PRL attempt next Sunday, 10:30, I believe. Do check it out. Sub 5 hours is what Scott's aiming at. Rather you than me, Scott. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. And no doubt there'll be a cool-down race afterwards. That is the way of the Zwifter. Last night, I think several hours of zone 2. Spin out the legs beautifully. And then garnish it with a race. Why not? Yeah, thank you, Philip. I appreciate that. You rode like a boss, sir. Like a boss. Oh, crikey, O'Reilly. Vinegar. Yeah, Jonas. Philip, Jonas, Lovett. The most deluded of all the YouTubers. Only 5 kilograms in a week. You know, that's kind of doable, Scott. It's doable. But trust me, it's doable. Of course, you won't be able to turn the pedals. Even if you lost a couple of kilograms, you'd be much worse off for it. Yeah, but 5 kg, go for it. Do these saunas, calorie depletion, no carbs, etc. You can be a shell of yourself by the time you hit the PRL. I got to say though, I learned this the hard way this year. For the Hort route, Crown Montana in Switzerland, I did too much tempo, too much training at tempo, way too much. Like I was going up and down Ventoux like 2 times in a row at tempo, all kinds of tempo, nothing else. And I got very fit at the tempo, I got a good tempo, but I did it for just a bit too long and went past my peak before I got to Switzerland. But also my weight dropped about 63, on a good day 63.5 kilograms, bad day less than 63. And I am definitely worse for it. I don't care what all of the trainers, the pro trainers that say weight absolutely matters. It maybe does at the pro level, where they've got all kinds of assistance in terms of seniors and therapeutic exemptions and very good training and nutrition and plenty of rest and domestiques everywhere. But for me, definitely not. I was a lot weaker for it, and even a 3-day Hort route ran down my immune system, and so I got very ill at the end of it. So definitely this chasing of lower weight, it's easy to get that into the mindset when you've got climbing events coming up. But my sincere advice is just gradually increase the volume ahead of the event. Let the weight be what the weight will be. Eat well, and you'll be better for it. It's taken me a long time to accept that. Paul Hamblett, the Yoda of cycling, never known me without carbohydrate. I said that for ages, and he's absolutely right. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Have I done my tax return? Oh, crikey, have I done it? No, I haven't. Oh, bloody hell. I have one for Germany to do as well. It's proper irritating. Oh, crikey. Thank you for reminding me of that, Michael. I appreciate that. Yeah, so 2 rest days tomorrow to help the immune system rebuild because I am susceptible to the chest infections. So say two rest days Monday and Tuesday. Gym intervals Wednesday. Zone 2 Thursday, Friday. Crit race. Cat 2-3 Saturday. Maybe a live stream next Sunday. I might do the afterburn because I do need to get a little bit of threshold training back into the mix now. Oh, that felt good though. That felt good. 2 rest days tomorrow on a t-shirt, yeah. Oh, apologies. Let me do this up. Oh. And so events-wise, I've got the Fred Whitten. I've got the Grandfather Stride of Yankee. The Fred Whitten a big one. With Top Cat. Tony of the Cope. He's going for fast time. I'll try and hang with him for a little bit. But I don't even think I'll make it up Kirkstone on his wheel. Probably a road race of some kind, a few more crits. And then the Maratona Dolomites. The Maratona in the Dolomites, sorry. They're my little events. And I'll probably do Grand Fondo Tre Valley Racing as well. Like I say, this year I'm just doing things that I enjoy. I'm not looking for new, not looking for massive challenges. I'm going to do a bit of TTing as well. Probably a few hill climb events, Porlock, that kind of thing, but more than Porlock, I think. I'm just going to, I'm not looking for any stage races or anything like that. Trying to get back to enjoying the bike rather than the pressure of performance. Like, I'm enjoying the crit racing, even though, you know, I'm not placing very well. For me, victory is staying in the bunch to the end and getting annihilated in the sprint. I'm sure it will improve over time, but it's just good for the soul. Anyway, one second. Oh. One second. Oh, sorry. God, the pain face was on there as I was operating. Oh, the streams. Oh, I've got a warning on my stream. One second. What's going on here? Oh, it's just the bit rate is low, whatever that means. It is all about the journey. I agree. Yeah. Last year, and actually, well, obviously with the crash the year before. Oh, I've just crashed, haven't I? Oh, no, I haven't. I think I'm working. Is it working? Is the stream working? Is the stream working? I'm not sure. It's all good, thank you. Hi, Swift Ace, good to see you. Yeah, I have... basically... 2022, difficult year, obviously, with all the accident and all that kind of stuff. Then I started a run of chest infections, but then the bank I worked for fell over, and I've been doing 2 full-time jobs up until December this year. And to be honest, I haven't been able to film as much, do as much on YouTube, train as much. And it's been really stressful. I felt, you know, right on the breaking point, in all honesty. Even doing the edits has been a massive endeavour for the small number of videos that I've done. So, yeah, you've seen less of me, but I'm hoping to get a bit more, well, tentatively, it's looking like I'm getting a bit of a better work-life balance at the moment. And like I say, I'm going to enjoy my cycling, so hopefully a bit more to actually film. But also, you know, I'm not doing so many of the training videos or anything like that because, in all honesty, I don't know. I'm kind of experimenting back with all of the polarized stuff. A lot less intensity, but when I do it, ultra hard. And obviously the crit racing, to see how that builds the fitness. And I've always had the strength in, but nobody seems to watch the strength training. So I don't really do it. 120 kilometre road race at Ilton Air Base. Is that near you, Scott? Yeah, but what is Scott on? Well, Scott is never knowingly not on Zwift and live streaming. But he is the Zwifter in terms of the channel. Therefore, this is peak. As Eric of the good Karma Lee, with 3 rules for a life more fulfilling. Don't get dropped. I've got them written down. Eric Lee. Don't get dropped. Stay spicy. Have a good time. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the haters. The haters. Don't listen to the haters. Taunton you, but all right. When is that, Scott? Okay, oh God, I'll do something brief from the gym. You can see my shotgun or deadlift. I'm using the GoPro. I've tried all sorts. I've tried Insta360s, all this kind of stuff. But I'm using the GoPro 9 and 10. They're the most reliable at the moment. The Insta360 is pretty good when you're on your own, but it's heavy. And it takes quite a lot of effort to edit. You kind of got to muck around with all the angles and then download it. The plank, I'll show you a 5-minute plank on YouTube. I'll speed it up a bit, but you'll see me shaking, literally shaking for the final 2 minutes. Oh, the bit rate. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I am proud of my plank though, because I reckon abdominal strength for the power gains in the saddle and out. I'm shouting again. Stop shouting for it, for God's sake. 2nd of March, I can't do that, I'm afraid. I'm doing a Gran Fondo, Strada Bianchi, closed road heaven. Hopefully I don't get a punch from a mechanical, because that is the big risk. On Instagram too. Okay. I'm not the most followed on Instagram. And I don't know what it is. When I post something on Instagram, it tends to tank. I think it's because I don't post enough. To be honest, when I post anything, it seems to tend to tank. I've only had one success recently. That was the Bormio. The first of the Hort Route videos. The final one started well, but again died off. I'm not quite sure. You know, I'm getting great view time, like 10 and a half, 12 minutes on them. But lovely comments, thumbs ups, all this kind of stuff. But the YouTube algorithm is destroying me at the moment, literally destroying me. It's like, I know I shouldn't moan, but you know, let me show you. I'll show you what an edit looks like, actually, because I took a picture of it. Huh? 1 second. This is worth looking at. Hort Route Dolomites. Right, so this is what an edit looks like for the Hort Route Dolomites. 2 different cameras, hundreds and hundreds of little cuts. Can you see that? We're talking, that's probably 80 hours worth of work. 80 hours. Show a bit of leg on the thumbnail. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I can do better than a bit of leg. I can show a bit of nipple on the thumbnail as well. Hairy chest. Because I do need more lady viewers as well. They would run in their droves. Sports bra in the thumbnail, yeah, anything. But you can see, I mean, you can see the effort. When you've got the 2 different camera angles, you're trying to make sure it all ties in. And there's a lot of beautiful footage in the Dolomites as well, so you're trying to cut it down. And your first cut is about an hour. Your next cut is 40 minutes, and you've got to get it sub 30, really 20. And I haven't managed that because Jane just gets proper pissed off at me. She's like, just launched a flipping video. But all of the Hort Route ones were like that. At one stage, I was going to have day 3 and day 4 and 5 together, but I don't know, an hour 40. I don't know what to do, to be honest. It's very difficult. So this is why I've had an experiment with just a forward camera. And even that, you know, that Gran Fondo Tre Valley Racing, with the voice overlay, because the voice then takes a long time. Because you record it, you try and nail it. It's not like I do it in one take. $80 million views, my God, that's huge. I've got about 1.7 on this channel. But I think the bottom line is I do need to upload more. You know, it's partly my own fault. A reel, I'll do a reel, okay. A reel of the plank. I'll get Jane to film me shaking. Yeah, I need to upload more basically, whether it's Instagram or YouTube. But it is difficult because it's like there's a lot of people on YouTube cycling and a lot of them have really good advice. I mean, on the Turbo, I've been watching them. As I say, I really love Chris Miller and Jesse Coyle on the Nero show. But there's this guy in Girona, what's he called? Who's just turned pro that I really like. Let me see if I can find him. I talked about Derriam Ryder. I know he's controversial. We go to the home. He turned pro. Sorry, I'm just trying to find him because it is. He gets the ex-trainer of Bora Hansgrohe, but also Pogacar. That's his trainer. Dear, where's he gone? Here we go. Tristan Take video. Tristan Take video. It's really good stuff. Proper enjoyable. Learn a lot. And of course, when I'm beavering away at work, I have a little sly indulgence on Compound TV. Not Compound TV, the Zwifter. He's always Compound TV to me. And I watched a bit of Nick Bramwell's Uber Pretzel, sub 4 hours. 3 hours 49 yesterday before I was going to my crit race. And I thought, if Nick can manage not to get dropped, managed to do it, he was well on track for the 4 hour when I had to leave him. If he can do that, I can manage not to get dropped by the Masters. The Black Oil record. Yeah. I use a little bit of careful editing for that. Let's say 10 hours and 54 minutes, 9 hours and 54 minutes later. I'm getting in my zone 1 here. I'll tell you what though, I'm feeling a lot better in terms of I'm feeling a lot more uplifted at the moment. Since I've been doing these crits outdoors, it's something I really look forward to at the weekend, and then you've got the live stream afterwards on the Sunday, and I find it really uplifting. You know, it's kind of something, 2 big things to look forward to in a working week. Video edit with my nose whilst doing it. Oh yeah, doing the plan. Sorry, doing the plan. That's genius. I do love the crits, Chris. I do. I watched a bit of Partridge last night, by the way. It was the one on Valentine's Day, which is in the hotel, which is particularly where he watches the Ladyboys. and the front desk staff absolutely destroying. I've got to say, just do a Masters or a Cat 4. It's just fun being part of it. The swoosh of the carbon, the anticipation before the event, the feeling of accomplishment afterwards. I've got my big plate Allen. What's my plate Allen? Yeah, the Velo Park, open to all. Carlo. You need to be a member of British Cycling and have the race licence, which is about 70 or 80 pounds a year. Probably worth getting the insurance as well, because that covers you for the crit racing. And then full gas. Do a lot of events at the weekend, at the velo circuit, full gas cycling. They're really good. Proper convenient, good parking, always easy to ride to if you live in London. Good track, just good times. Masters, every other week, Cat 3-2, Cat 4-3-2. So it's a Masters and a Cat 4-3. Masters, ladies, together, in Cat 4-3-2 every other week. The ladies go off first, then the Masters. Then, after they've all raced, I meet Cat 4-3-2. And then the next week it's a Cat 4 only race and Cat 3 and 2. And I do the Cat 3 and 2 after that. So I get a bit of getting my legs ripped off by the youngsters, but literally taking no air or very little air. In the Masters, I do a little bit on the front. Even had a breakaway attempt at the very end. Didn't make it stick. Had another try at the sprint and then got, as I say, annihilated. Free this year. Nice. Day license. I didn't know that, Scott. That's very nice, though, to have that. Definitely try it. But what I would also say is, first race, second race, just try and stay in the bunch, the middle to the back. Just get used to the rhythm of it and riding in a group. Don't take any risks. Yield. Let other people pass. Don't dive bomb up the inside or anything like that. Just try and find a rhythm. There's a rhythm to it. Not touching the brakes. Just learning when to just dip out, take a little bit of air rather than touch the brakes. There's a kind of, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but the reason I'm really focused on it is I love riding in the group at the Gran Fondo Tre Valli Racing. I want to do the same at Strada Bianchi, a group anyway, and riding in the bunch. I think it certainly takes me a bit of time to find my confidence. First crit race in Italy last year, my word. Crikey. Very nice, Colin. Yeah, I mean, the Italians, they take it, everything is a race for the Italians, group ride, you name it. The Gran Fondo Strada Bianchi, my cameras froze, it was so cold when I did it, but you saw only a tiny bit at the start in the film I did of it, and it was full gas, people sprinting right out of the gate. They start front, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the pens, they open at the same time. And with Andiamo cycling, they put you in the front pen and the guys from the back just ride through you like you're on Zwift. Wide tracks for that 120 kilometre one that you mentioned, Scott. Yeah, the wider the track, definitely the easier it is to find a bit of safety if needed. Well, I'm not probably the best person to give out the advice. I just know I'm not exactly, when it comes to sport, I don't have the winner's mentality. I don't have the must win at all costs. I am one of the kind of enjoy taking part, being part of the process, do the best you can kind of guys. And so definitely I know that it's quite intimidating to start the crit racing. It feels really big. And so it's better to get dropped, but yield and stay safe. And, you know, also when you run your heart rate right up to like 180 and make a technical mistake, there is a rhythm to find it. Then, third, fourth race, second, third, fourth race, whenever you've got your confidence, you can kind of push deeper. But not taking the air, it makes a huge difference outdoors. 60 kilometre race, 44.5 kilometres average. That is still very fast. I mean, the fastest crit I've done recently was October at the velo circuit. And that's up and down, quite windy. That was 43 kilometres an hour. We've done one this year at about 41, but yesterday's was about 38.5 kilometres an hour. Yeah, but 40, 44, 45, that's proper quick over 60 kilometres, like proper. You're having to stay vigilant a long time as well. But that's the beauty of a good group. I'm assuming there's at least 30, 40 of you. Good group. The draft is real. And definitely, when I'm doing a Grand Fondos and Marmot, etc., if I can find a group to steal the watts on, it isn't really stealing. I will, because all kinds of energy saved. I know these are not big revelations, because everybody knows about cycling, but it is a beautiful thing to experience. No, we haven't had the discussion on economics yet. Although during the race, I did note that I didn't agree with the Bank of England being asleep on the job regarding the interest rate rises and the Conservative government. Don't have a lot of confidence in them to do the right thing for the economy. Tax cuts for their voter base, not support for those who need it. Trickle-down economics, I think, has been proven not to work. Yeah, I do need to do my tax return as well. This and my German one too. Another difficult news was discussed. I think Michael Burns brought that to my attention. You need to get it done. That was the veterans flipping out. But to be honest, I've got to say this. A lot of the 40, 50-year-olds that are still cycling, they are weapons. They're canny, they're quick, they've got good punch still. Veteran doesn't necessarily mean, they're probably not as quick as the 20-year-olds. But at the amateur level, some of the veterans are machines. I've actually done quite a few kilometres today. Look at this, nearly 80 kilometres. I'll get to 80. Yeah, Top Cat, the epitome of that. I think Andrew Feather is not far off his 40s. I can't remember. Is he like 38? But yeah, Top Cat, 50. Veteran equals sneaky, yes indeed. Canny. Yeah, Top Cat, when you watch him in real life, the acceleration is stunning to be seen. Literally. Stunning to be seen. We're talking proper punch. Out the gate like a stabbed rat when he hits those climbs. Clinging in on. That's years and years of honing the energy systems and the muscles. Yeah, I can imagine. Veteran rugby, you've got to be very canny to avoid the injury. Canny. There is the word of the day, canny. Sneaky. Yeah. Look at this. Getting into zone 2. Well, zone 1, sorry. Yeah, our boys' brains gave them the extra dimension. Yeah. It's the knees that give them the other unwanted dimension. Pinching you under your armpits. Yeah. Might have been too much of a wuss to play rugby. I just said, I want my mummy. God, this feels good. Make mental note. This is the opposite to the Zwifter. I'm getting in my recovery ride after the race, not before. Yeah, definitely. Olga, I definitely agree with that. Strength training also, I think, is more important as we age. Preserve the muscle, build the bone density, maintain good movement patterns. But yeah, the eating is a big part of it. Oh, you wrap the knees, did you? Did that work? A lot of people in the gym do that, for squatting heavy and that kind of thing. Did it work on the rugby field to avoid the knee injury? God, dear. Does that? It actually feels nice, dude. This is how. It feels nice doing the low intensity after the hard hit out. Really nice. This is a revelation to me. Shouldn't be. I mean, I've been cycling now on the watt bike since 2018, the summer of 2018. It's quite a long time to learn that a recovery ride can feel good. Well, not a recovery ride, but a spin out of the legs can feel really nice. Anyway, time to say goodbye. Bid you a nice weekend. Crown Green Runs, Phil, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you very much. Check out Crown Green Watts. Phil has started his live streaming. TTs, ITTs. I'm yet to see one. Apologies, Phil. Busy working week this week. But I will check one out. But yeah, you can click through, see the live streams. Phil is building his presentational skills, but also sharing his insight and knowledge, which is plentiful. A plentiful tap to drink from. Freshening out the legs nicely, yeah. Oh, that's what you're doing today. Yeah, interesting to see. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see it for my rest days. Yeah, I mean, I always do a good long stretch after riding. Stretch out the hams and the quads. I've got some physio movements as well for my back. I also do a hanging back stretch. So I've been good at that aspect of things. Are you live streaming? Silly question, Scott. Are you live streaming today? Recovery ride, come race, recovery ride, or just 4 races? No, I haven't, no. Jane bought me a massage gun. I just like the stretching. I didn't use it. I said to her, send it back. But I think she may have got it now. Yeah, I mean, active recovery, a lot of people are big advocates of it. I know the science is divided on does it actually help or not. But I think, as of everything, if you feel, anyone that feels that it's good, do it. I mean, I used to do, before my Zwift races, the day before, like a 20-minute high cadence. But equally, I don't feel any the worse today for having done a crit race yesterday ahead of it. Oh yeah, I've heard about the Epsom salt baths, yeah. They're good, are they? They actually reduce the inflammation, do they? This is where the diet comes in though. There's a lot of anti-inflammatory foods that you can eat, supplements, this kind of thing. Oh, you like the snooker, don't you? Yeah. I used to watch a snooker with my grandpa a long time ago. That was when, what was it called? The Hurricane. The Irish guy. And Jimmy White. Steve Davis. I've forgotten, who was the Hurricane? The Irish guy. Higgins, Hurricane Higgins, that was it. Yeah, he's a madman. And he used to smoke live on TV. Yeah, turmeric, I do like the turmeric. That's it. Yeah, so that's a good question, James. So after I've done my stretching and stuff, I will have a turmeric supplement, like a tube. I will have zinc and iron supplements, a separate one for each, and a vitamin D. Vitamin B, because I don't eat meat. And a protein shake, plus my carbs. Then later on, I have a greens drink. This is the supplements, this isn't anything else, with another protein shake. And a multivitamin. I'll also eat my fruit and veg, all that kind of stuff. And before I race or ride, I will always have, as I used to have shown in the video, still to this day, exactly the same brand, the Phil Richards Amino Work Capacity. Amino acids very quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, help reduce the breakdown of muscle tissue. But also a nitric oxide supplement that he does with caffeine, and depending on the day, carbs. I used to do a lot of bodybuilding, obviously, and so supplementation is something that's kind of inherent to the natural bodybuilding, not assisted, to be very clear. And so I'm a believer in it. And also I was watching on this, what's it called, Tristan Tate video. I think it was Tristan Tate video, or somewhere else. No, actually it was a short on YouTube. They said the benefits of taurine and, what was the other? There's what, I wrote it down. Wait a second. Beta-alanine. Beta-alanine you used to take with the creatine because it helped with the creatine absorption in the gym, but apparently also buffers a bit the lactic acid. And taurine helps improve aerobic capacity and time trialing. I understand that, you know, you can go longer and harder aerobically. I haven't taken magnesium taurate, and I'm told that's actually good for the help in the absorption of vitamin D. Yeah, assisted by Jane in the main. That is the one. That's the Jane doping. We'll call it Jane doping. Seafood doping. That's what vegan cyclists would say. They say it's like glute doping or what was it? Everest doping. Jane doping. Yeah, I mean, when you've got a Jane in your life, that is a competitive advantage. Full stop. Literally, full stop. A Jane in your life, that is definitely like power up supreme. Calm, considered. Also, when she's angry, there's a reason for being angry. Never try and beat her in the argument, ever, under any circumstances. The mum oatmeal. Yeah, beautiful. What I learned in the laboratory with Adam Isherwood at Oxford is that even at an endurance pace, for me that was 180 watts, I was burning circa 120 grams of carbs, 130 grams of carbs per hour at endurance pace, 9 grams of fat. They can tell from the gas that you exhale, they measure it in their device. And they can see exactly what you're burning. And as I get up into zone 3, 4, burning exclusively carbohydrates, right? So 120 to 130 an hour. So bottom line is, you want 2 big Bidens, big ones, not these little ones, big ones. You want to fill them with the beta fuel, which gives you 80 grams of carbs per Biden. It won't dissolve in the small one. That's why you need the big ones. You want to put electrolytes in there. Good electrolytes. I mean good ones. Because you're going to sweat a ton of salt. It's going to be hot, probably. You're going to sweat a ton of salt. And so every time you're drinking, you want to be drinking some carbs. Have a spare sachet of carbs in your jersey. Because definitely atop of the Galibier, you want to top up a water bottle to the full and put that carbs in it. To the full. And another sachet of electrolytes, yeah? Guarantee it. At the top of the Glandon, you want to be drinking as much Coke as possible, refilling the water bottle. You want to have gone through at least one bottle of 80 grams of carbs by the top of the Glandon. You also want to be eating the food and don't go too hard on the Glandon. Say your lactate threshold 1, your zone 2, 3 is say 200 watts as it was for me at the time. You want to be aiming for no more than 200 watts up the Glandon. And that's what you want to aim for on every climb. 200. I did 200 on the Glandon, 210 on the Telegraph, 202 on Galibier, and 201 on Alpe d'Huez, yeah? And that was proper emotional. But you want to be eating small and frequent, the hard stuff. Save your gels for the steep bit of the Galibier. And cram down a couple ahead of the Alp. Ideally have a nice gel with 100 milligrams of caffeine in it ahead of the Alp. The Alp is miserable. But definitely, same on anyone doing the 312, the eating Gran Fondo, saying I had the same routine, but 312, they've got good eating stops, and they have these really sugary Swiss rolls in a little cellophane packet. I'd inhale one of those. I'd have 2 glasses of Coke or a can of Coke if it was cans. I would take one of the sugary ones and stick it in a pocket. I would stop for literally 2-3 minutes, top up the water, back on my way, and then a bit later on, inhale the second sugary Swiss roll. Plus, I topped up with a 80 gram of carbohydrate twice on the bottles. These are eating events, but definitely Adam Isherwood says that everybody, and he says everybody who does testing in the lab is shocked at just how many carbs they burn an hour at endurance pace. So have a good breakfast as well. Plenty of rice the night before, plenty of rice and protein. Yeah, croissant down a beef sauce for the games. That croissant was so dry and horrible. It was really difficult to eat it even on the descent. But he says everybody, so all of these events, even the racing Gran Fondo, I had my 2 bottles, both full of carbs. That's all I needed. I lost, as it happens, half of a bottle. I did a bunny hop in the final third over a sleeping policeman. Really bad bunny hop, one of those like really aggressive sleeping policemen. And I lost my water bottle. I was proper parched by the end of it. But it was, it was a 4-hour event. The Marmot, I think I did it in 7:45. Yeah, the eating is really difficult because as you get hot and dehydrated, it becomes harder to do it, easier to fall into a deficit. It is an eating mission, which is why you've got to train it a little bit. But this is why you want carbs in the bottle. With the carbs in the bottle, good breakfast, good night of eating before. Good day of eating before. I have my Marks and Spencer's pancakes with honey on before any cycling event. 3 before a big one. 2, for example, before the crit race. But also, before the crit race, I have a bowl of, like at 9 a.m, I'd have a bowl of oats and granola with sugar on the top, protein shake. Today, all I had was the amino acids, amino acids, the nitric oxide, caffeine, and I had a full fat Coke. I also had some fast digesting carbs in the drink before coming on the bike as well, and I got carbs in that too. 7,500 calories. Yeah, I mean, that's huge. That is huge for an Everest. I mean, I've got to be honest with you, an Everest, I mean, I found them a lot withering up the final Alpe d'Huez climb, withering. It was everything. It was proper hard to maintain that 200 watts. Proper hard. I was suffering for it. But I did eat well. So yeah, sorry, laboured it, but it's such an important thing. The Zwift record, 4,000 kilometres in 7 days. Wouldn't it be easier to do that in a flat rather than an Everest? I suppose you're going up and down, but yeah, flipping hell. Yeah, I mean, with the PRL, yeah, you've got to stay properly on top of the eating for that. And use the descent. This is the hard thing, because obviously the Marmot, and in real life, it is actually hard to eat on the descent safely, because you've got people coming around you the whole time. Some quite technical descents off the Glandon and Galibier in particular. Not so much off the Telegraph. And so, if you look at my Marmot video, I'm often, certainly between the foot of the Glandon, after we came off the Glandon, I put a lot of effort to get into a group. And then kind of chilled at 170, 180 watts, whatever it was, but ate a fair bit. And so again, bottles is good for the climb, but also you can have a little sip on the descent a little bit easier than mucking around with a gel. Flipping out, 3,000, crikey, I mean, this is, I've got to be honest, Phil, this is to me where cycling becomes just a little bit stupid. I know it's each to their own. But it's where, I mean, this is kind of where I'm saying I'm doing the events that I like. And generally, like 184 kilometres for the Fred Whitton is a lot more than I enjoy. But it's a thing to aim for because I love the Lake District and it's a very good event with quite a few closed roads or closed climbs. But it's this excessive distance for the sake of excessive distance on the bike. I mean, if he enjoys it, that's cool. But for me, this is where, like Mallorca 312, never again. An amazing event, exquisite organisation, some of the best food stops I've ever seen. But 170 kilometres too far for me. I'm a proper boring 170, the final 170 at that. Sorry. No, I mean, I have nothing but admiration for someone who could do it. It's for charity. Fair play. Kudos to your mate, Phil. Kudos for charity. All right. I need to retract. I need to pedal back down the hill quickly. What did I say? Yeah, but definitely Up the Glandon, you see people going full gas, or not full gas, but they're going too hard. I was cruising past people that exploded up the Glandon because I was in the front group for the Mammoth, and I got there late, missed the front group, so set out on my own behind 2 or 3 French guys who just pedal their own pace to the foot of the Glandon. But the second group steamed past us like we're going backwards. And I reckon I went past 3/4 of the second group just deploying my 200 watts up the Glandon. Similar discipline up the Telegraph, 210 it was, 214. I was feeling good. Glibier really starts to bite after a while. I got 203 or something like that for Glibier. And then very quickly, like turn 21, 20 or something like that, on the out, you realise it's going to be emotional. And so it took a lot of mental fortitude to hit that 200. It definitely Phil hates charity. Yeah. Cancel bike racing without mercy. Cancel them. As Eric Lee would say, ignore the haters. I've just brought down a rain of hate onto me. Yeah, so only for the Gran Fondo Strada Bianchi am I hiring because I want the Pinarello Gravel, fat tyres, hopefully a bit more punch resistant, fingers crossed. I don't want to say that aloud. But everything else, yeah, I take my own. We either drive in the car or I use the bike box Alan. Yeah, take your own. If you take your bike box to the Hort route, they transport your bike box right to the end, so you haven't got to worry about it. They also take all your luggage and all that kind of stuff from your room. Although I use Sports Tours International, 3-day event, you stay in the same place. But definitely, you're better to take your own bike to one of those events. The very first Hort route I did in Davos, I hired a Pinarello because I was still wearing my back brace. Back was still fractured. It was a stupid thing to do in hindsight, proper stupid, but I am barking mad at times in terms of like lose the plot. But so I hired the Pinarello. It's really, really heavy. Paul Hamblett could not believe how heavy that thing was. It had heavy wheels. It was like a really expensive bike, but like even heavier than my Conago, which is 8.5 kilograms. Like a lot heavier than my Conago. Then with the back brace, it was like, oh, flipping out. Back brace added 2 kilograms. Proper emotional it was. But no, I'd recommend it. Definitely. Bike box Alan has been really good so far, fingers crossed. Take your own. Okay, apologies. I haven't spent this long. I've still got plenty of views. I haven't spent this long on the stream for ages. But I've got to say, Toy Vidas, the Gran Fondo Tre Valli Racine is my favourite event. If you like a good Zwift race, a good Zwift Hort route event, it's as close as you get to a Zwift Gran Fondo. 4-hour smash out. Amazing. So the Bike Box Alan Triathlon, whatever it's called, version of it, is a bit bigger. So you don't have to take your handlebars off. All you've got to do is take the pedals and the wheels off. Even the seat, the saddle doesn't need to come down. So works really well with the integrated handlebars. Because that is the issue. All the integration is good, it looks cool, but boy, if you end up having to rethread stuff, not good at all. Thank you, Phil. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you joining us. Check out Phil's YouTube, for the TT live stream, but also the knowledge bombs. Yeah, the legs are feeling good. Maybe I should do a crit race, Scott. Only joking, I ain't doing a crit race. That's it. Try Bike Box Allen Triathlon Easy Fit Aero. It's got a stupid name, but it's a great product. Well, I think it's a good product. Paul Hamlet uses one as well. He likes it. Not cheap, but it seems to provide a good level of protection. I don't think you want one of those softer case ones. I think too easy for the bike to be damaged. Oh, sorry, Agnes, I didn't see. It was the Agnes, my apologies. It was the what was it? Tour de Zwift, stage 4. So a race in my own deluded mind. I think I came 30th or something like that. 90 kilometres are on the board. Definitely, it is time to say thank you very much. Huge, huge gratitude for the support. Thank you. And check out Scott's live stream. They'll be coming shortly this Sunday. But also next Sunday, the PRL. I think it's like 180 kilometres or something stupid. A lot of climbing, obviously, on Box Hill. Enjoy it. Pleasure. I'm glad to actually give some advice that I think is good advice. But in a minute, and Agnes, wishing you strength for the next chemotherapy. Let it be the one that counts. You can make it. You can do it. Sending our love to you and our best thoughts and wishes and strength to you. Thank you, John. Thank you, Agnes. In the meantime, whoever you are, whatever you do, please remember to live, thrive, stay super healthy, enjoy life. Pick your event. Have some fun. Take care. Much appreciated. And look, a slick ending of the stream right now.